What up, everybody? Nicholas Havsey, and we're back to do our dailies. Now, to start this off, I will say today's dailies are a bit confusing, considering the fact that typically, as you know, at the start of the day, we always have the 3 dailies, read them off, and then we get to doing the stream. However, we've only got 2 this time around. It did not give us our 3rd one. So, we'll only be doing the 2 games as a support champion and 100,000 health. Overall, I think it's going to be a relatively fast stream. Maybe equal, if not faster, to yesterday's. I would say we'd go for one of these, except the character-based, in which case we could get Tyra, but then we would not be able to save up for Corvus. And like I said, we're aiming to get Corvus first. However, it is 1 day and 6 hours till we unlock Trade Row, so we'll just see how things go from there. Besides that, I think we're ready to queue up. There we go. And we're going to be playing Cirrus today. Obviously both are going to be mainly healing games. And arguably we could possibly get these missions done in just 2 games. It depends on what type of team we got, what map we're on, and just what type of setup we're going with. If we got a team that wants to stay grouped together and we have 1 to 2 big healers like a Terminus or a Khan or something like that, it'll probably go by very fast. Already, we're going to Trade District, which is typically one you stick with your team with the occasional branch off. We've got a Makoa, which is already a good target to essentially start healing on. And the Amani will probably stick with the Makoa. The Vora will probably switch between sticking with us and splintering off. And last one's a Vivian. Vivian's probably going to stick with us for the majority of the time too. So it's looking like we may get these heals off relatively quick. By the way, I just noticed that Makoa's got a different looking hammer.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
We're up against the Talus, Maeve, Barrack, Vora, and Pip. Alrighty. Arctic Pip. We've got Ruby Rose Vora, Yang Amani, and Montego Makoa. Alrighty. Obviously, we'll probably be getting a lot more assists than we will be getting elims. I mean, we're running heals this match.
Sight beyond sight. Life
Mortal
beyond
Reach,
death.
healing.
I alone traverse the abyss.
We'll get our health up.
5, 4, 3, 2,
We're gonna roll wherever the
1.
Makoa goes, in all honesty.
The battle has begun.
Yep, we're going wherever you go, Makoa.
The battle
Okay, not
is
if you
about to
dash
begin.
that quickly away. Already starting off with the heals.
First blood.
Rises.
Sweet. Things are looking good already. We got a team that wants to stick together and they just kind of had a straggler.
Take it.
Yeah, we're... Especially if we stay out of sight of their shots and just inside of the heals. Oh. Yeah, if they try pinching us, that'll probably be the move for them.
Watch our flanks.
Honestly surprised we're still making it.
Wait.
Ah, couldn't get away in time. We walked in front of a doorway of all of them. The best we could do is try to get to that Makoa. Ah, Makoa's gone.
Enemy killing spree.
It's just best for someone else to take it from there. So let's see. Wow, they equaled it up really quick, huh?
That's some spicy healing.
Look behind us! Your aggression is unwelcome.
We got a Mave behind us already, that's gonna be problematic.
Enemy killing spree.
I could use you here.
Armageddon approach!
Interesting.
Enemy killing spree.
Obviously, if we get the chance, we're gonna try to get some damage in. How are they? Wow, I'm actually surprised they're winning. Well, if we could get them all in a group, we could probably...
Well done.
Okay, I think we just saved the Makoa with the mixture of that special and the heals.
Cannot stop. So simple.
Good night.
Okay, so that is one of the worst things to happen to us at the moment, for the fact that obviously we're trying to go for heals and we can't heal what we can't see, really. Dang, that Maeve's a problem.
I must spend the
That Maeve
credits.
knows where to splinter off and when to do it.
The odds never lie.
Another situation where it's best if we just kind of disappear.
You can't even stop me.
Gotta get back with the team. See, the issue now is we're separating. That's essentially the worst thing we can do, especially since we're a healer.
I must spend the credits. Slipping
Yeah, let's spend credits right there.
twilight.
But our team right here, like, we're doing good as long as we're with the team. Yeah, I knew it.
I will return.
Rampage.
That's some spicy healing.
See, like, just the amount of distance between us and just essentially the whole team. That's what the problem is.
Enemy killing spree.
And even when we turn the corner to meet up with them for the heals, they kind of turn away.
I'm in your debt, friend.
Don't get me wrong, we're not playing good either. First game of the day, we're hella rusty at the moment. But it don't help when the team's just kind of separating and doing their own thing. See, the Vor and the Maeve, them two are the biggest problems from what I've seen.
Time to ice this up.
Best thing we can do right there.
I now make my return.
Armageddon approach. They're going.
We can still turn this around, but we need to stick together.
You cannot stop.
If we wind up separating again, they're probably just gonna get another 6-piece.
I could use you here.
See, the Vor is all the way down there. And because the Vor is down there, the Makoa is trying to catch up. Which has us push and leaves the Vivian alone. And then when we push, either something happens to us or the Makoa.
Interesting.
Let anyone else enemy killing spree.
Meanwhile, they're pulling up on us in group 3.
I must spend the
Enemy rampage. Lost.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what happened there. Like, moment for moment, I could tell you where things started to really become an issue. Let me look at the teams. Don't get me wrong, the Makoa was doing good, but when the Makoa would splinter off to catch up with the one person separated, first off, almost had straight 6s. Makoa almost had straight 7s. So we got good healing. We did our part. Our part was healing. Broke 50,000. We did good healing. So it was us, the Vora, the Amani, the Makoa, and the Vivian. We were doing good rolling together, but then the Vora would splinter off. The Vora would splinter off and the Makoa would kind of go in suit when the Amani, the Vivian would stick behind, and we'd try to stick with the Makoa. The Vora would get taken out, leaving the Makoa by themselves, and then the Makoa would retreat using the better mobility, essentially. However, our mobility, we could turn invisible, which don't help when they're tracking us in a straight line and one of them has a bleed effect, the enemy Vora. So we'd get taken out and the low health Makoa would get taken out, which would leave the Amani and the Vivian in a 2v5 situation. Which is essentially what was happening, because they were sticking in groups of 4, with the exception of either the Vora or the Mave separating, and very occasionally they would have maybe 2 splinter off, whether it be the Vora and the Mave and the Pip, or the Vora and the Pip. But the Pip only really splintered off when they had their special. The Talus didn't really splinter off, they just kind of get in there, do damage, and then teleport back. And the Barrack was sticking with the core of the team, essentially. The Barrack was holding tight in the back, making sure they didn't get flanked. And at the same time, small little areas like doorways and whatnot was getting set up there. We were both good teams, the only issue is that they had the better strat. Which is a bummer. But all we could do is pick it up for the next one. Look at this. They didn't give me this before. The earn free rewards, I do that every night right before the stream. It's essentially watch videos to kind of build up for a reward, whether it be a chest or the little skull icon things at the bottom. It didn't give it to me on the usual time tonight, so I wonder... Nope, we still didn't get our 3rd quest. Weird.
Team deathmatch. Choose your
Okay.
champion. Rover's my
We're
favorite.
playing Cirrus at Abyss.
Customize your
Already,
champion.
because we're going to Abyss, I don't see us getting good heals. I see a Fernando, which is a good one to heal. But in terms of getting heals, I see the team splintering off a lot. There's the special to go for, there's a multitude of flanks, there's a multitude of areas to get flanked. When you spawn in, you get essentially 3 to 4 different ways you could go, whether it be... It's essentially left, right, or down straight. So I don't see the team being together, so I don't see us getting as much heals, at least as much as say like the last match.
down
I will be
a
surprised
rabbit
if we
hole
do.
we go.
By the way, Cirrus, Fernando, Zin, Vora, and Tyra versus a Cirrus, Vivian, Cadessa, Droxus, and Victor. That team worries me. Because I think highly of Canessa, Cirrus, Victor, Vivian, and Androxus. I think the only thing that's good to see is that they don't have like a good front line. But even then, I don't know if a front line would really be
I know
needed here,
things
except for
that
maybe
were,
left side area
things
or...
that are, and some things that have not yet come to pass.
By the way, let me show you what I mean by left side area. Right here. When I say left side area, I'm talking
5,
right here. I say it because
4,
I'm used to spawning there,
3,
and this would be the
2,
left of there.
1. And so it begins.
So we're sticking with the Fernando. See,
The
already
battle
trying to
is
lose
about
us.
to begin.
Already trying to lose us. They want that specialist. What's up? Well, they'll get the special. This round's already
Reality is an
chalked.
opinion, one
I
that
don't know what type
disagree
of jump
with.
that was. See, look at this.
Need healing.
Okay, there's your healing.
Trifle with me. A good omen rises.
Okay, now we're getting some pretty alright healing. I will say, we started off rough, just low jumping into the abyss. I think what happened is that I let go of the jump button too soon. On the bright side, I'm not the only one making that mistake. I saw the fall damage. Oh wow, the tire was taken out quick, huh? That had to have been Kanessa. Ooh, that's rough. Well, war is no longer in it.
Ultimate is down.
Double.
Group up.
Twilight's reigns. The abyss has blessed us.
We're essentially just healing off cooldown.
We are strong.
My thanks.
Woo. It's a bummer that they just got that off. On the bright side, the Fernando's already back.
Have you met my friends?
My blade thirst.
Okay, let's try it this time.
The abyss has blessed.
Yeah, we let go of it too soon before what happened. I was so
must
worried
spend
about
the
making that
credits.
jump that I wasn't even paying attention to what was in front of me.
Truly, I'm sorry.
Okay, Zin's taking a fight over here.
My wounds are healed.
Kinda on the reckless side there.
Enemy killing spree.
Okay, Kanessa right there's a problem. Kanessa needs to go.
The abyss comes to collect. Need more time.
Come on, Fernando.
Enemy killing
I didn't hear the Victor special go
Will
off.
not wither.
We are strong.
And I'm gonna be honest, the silent Victor special is the last thing I need happening.
double. Enemy
Okay, the Tyra's killing us. I'm gonna say that already.
Your aggression is unwelcome.
And Fernando's playing a bit more reckless than before, but that's alright because we just got here in time to cover for them. Kanessa's right over there. And that's a big thing, is that you can't take eyes off Kanessa in situations like that.
Have you met my friends?
Okay, that sounds like a Victor. How many times is Victor gonna get this special?
The abyss has
There we go.
blessed us. I will return.
Yeah, Fernando's just holding all the wrong angles for getting heals.
Double.
And the Kinessa's a problem. Still.
Into the abyss.
Hey, I could do that.
Killing spree.
I'll do it right here.
Into the abyss.
The god.
The enemy killing spree.
Yeah, nah, that quickly went to
Well
shambles.
fought.
We started off rough, started to pick it up, and then we dropped the ball again. Not really we did, so Tyra, first off, Tyra was doing some head-on stuff that I have no idea what was up. Okay, first off, Fernando. Fernando was not doing bad. Fernando was actually doing pretty alright. Just got a little reckless at a section, but for the most part, Fernando was doing alright. Tyra. Tyra was head-on reckless. Fall damage, which we did take, but I mean fall damage, head rush into just a media limb second time. I think, yeah, as you see, Tyra was one of the ones eliminated the most. The Vor I'm surprised about. I figured the next one would be the Xin, because it looked like Xin was getting a bit reckless, but I guess Xin was doing pretty alright. Our issue is we were sticking with the team, but the big one we needed to heal, the front line, which is supposed to be the shield of the entire group, broke off near mid to end match, which is a problem because then a lot of the shots not only don't get blocked, but then wear a person down for when we got people coming. And against someone like Kinessa, it's really helpful to have a shield, especially since, as you saw, Kinessa was two-tapping people. Actually, looking at the damage right now, the only one not doing a lot of damage was the Cirrus, and their healing was pretty good. Don't get me wrong, the Fernando was getting a lot of shielding. It's just a middle to end game. Not even the entire middle to end, it's just like a specific section. Things got rough and patchy. It didn't help the Kinessa was holding specific angles that would prevent us from healing. What I mean by that is, as you saw, the Fernando and I believe the Xin rushed down to the teleporter to go towards the special spawn where the fight was. Now, we didn't want to do that for the fact that, as you saw what happened the first time when we did that, the Vivian mopped us. And the Vivian, Kinessa, and Victor would have continued to do that. So what we were going to do was hold on to the second floor, pull that doorway, and heal from up there. Back up when shots were coming our way, heal up a little, go back to the heals. The issue is that the Kinessa had the perfect spot, standing at that doorway, essentially peeking and sniping whoever they had in their angle, which a two-tap to us would have to make us backtrack. I was gonna use the invisibility to sneak up on them and go for an Elim that way. I can't recall what happened, but I think they started to push because at that point the Xin and Fernando were already eliminated in a essentially 5v2 situation, because even though the Kinessa was on us, the Kinessa could easily just still peek down and get the snipes from that angle we need to get the heals from. The Kinessa had very great placement. Everyone on that team had good damage, with the exception of Cirrus, like we said, good heals. Kind of a reckless Androxus, if I would say. If we were to hold together more than Androxus there, yeah, I was using the right move to take care of damage, but would rush into the center, making them susceptible to damage from behind. The Victor just kept getting that special. I think they were going for the specials in the back, which I don't blame them. Cirrus was holding to middle towards back of their group, which makes sense. That way they can heal without taking the damage, and the Vivian was holding off to about the same range as the Victor. Overall, two good teams. The other team was just doing way better. I'm sorry, what? Wait a second. Something just connected in my head. What if it didn't give us only 2 quests tonight? What if it gave us 3 quests, but 2 of those quests were the exact same quest? So would the game make those quests overlap, not showing a third? Interesting. Okay, the stream's not over yet, because we got another 100,000 healing to go for. Let's queue up. Wow, that's a surprise. Now it makes sense why we didn't see a third one. I mean, it's still kind of confusing. You'd think they would put it in the 3rd slot to show there was still 3. But anyway, still. So, looks like we got... We'll see how many more matches to play of Cirrus. Because so far we've been playing pretty alright. We could still play bad, which will really change how our progress is going.
Team deathmatch.
Trade District, already a better map to get heals off. Vora,
Customize your
problematic
champion.
for healing. Moji, better to see for healing. Only thing we gotta worry about the Moji is them using that dash move to get away. It's essentially like Makoa's spin. Puts too much distance between the two of us. Sati will probably stick with the main group, which is good to see. And a Makoa. Alright, I'm seeing a Makoa and emoji on the team. Healing should go pretty alright this time round. Also, it's an Obsidian Makoa word. I say healing should go moderately alright for the fact of Makoa will have their shields, not to mention a big chunk of health. And Moji, even if they do got regular to low health, I can't recall how their health is, they've got the move that turns them essentially indestructible for a set amount of time, which gives us time to heal them. The Voras we know like to separate from the group. That'll be a little difficult. And the Sati, it's a toss of the coin, whether they stick with us or separate. I'm hoping they stick with us. Ooh, Cottontail Cirrus. Definitely a cool skin. Oh yeah, hold up. Makoa, Sati, Cirrus, Vora, Moji versus Drogo, Cirrus, Vivian, Willow, and Buck. Obsidian Willow seems problematic. Cirrus, worrisome. Vivian, worrisome. Buck. It's a golden Buck, so probably worrisome, and probably a jetpack Drogo. This team will probably be worrisome to go up against.
Traverse the abyss.
You're just gonna talk over me, huh, Cirrus? That's how it is? We spend all this time together, and now?
3, 2,
I
1.
swear.
The battle has begun.
Okay, stick it with the Makoa. See, already the Vora's separating. That's worrisome.
The battle is
Like, it's
about
not
to begin.
wrong. Voras want to separate. It's not wrong in the slightest. Oh, they're over there. Ooh. Makoa, where? Yeah. Okay. This is what we want to see. Not that.
Doesn't mean we're friends.
Okay, this is looking pretty good. Actually, this is looking perfect. Gotta turn invisible. Okay. That's why Buck is worrisome. Dang. That's gotta be that knockback move they were hitting us with.
Do not trifle with me.
Dang. Had a solid moment there where we just had to kind of duck and cover. I gotta be careful because we could go over no prob in terms of that railing. Okay, Makoa, you need... Okay, Makoa, you got a little too feisty there. It don't help that we got Willow essentially just sniping us from there.
Have you met my friend?
The abyss has blessed us.
The buck, the main one I wanted to hit with that special. Gotta heal the Makoa.
A good omen rises.
I will not be stopped.
Okay. There we go. The healing's a little tricky at times, considering how the team's moving, but not impossible. Far from impossible. Dragon's Fury, Drogos. It's better if we retreat from here. Especially with that Willow.
The abyss has blessed us.
Killing spree.
If the Moji and Makoa aren't feeling comfortable advancing, then we shouldn't feel comfortable either. We advance with them. And when one of them gets taken out like that, it gets very worrisome. So, as you've seen, at this point, we're just healing off cooldown. It's one of those situations where we're just continuously taking damage, and we just kind of need to continuously heal it. Nice try. That's rough. That's really rough.
Death
That's
is
why.
an illusion. I must spend the credits.
Wait.
Oh, I love new tech.
Want to quickly... There we go. I looked away for a sec. See, this is why I'm not really healing crap. Did you just... Oh, Makoa, I respect that.
A good omen rises.
I think I know what the Makoa did. And I think the Makoa got spicy.
Have you met my friends?
The orbs never lied.
Retreat!
Yeah, that's actually a good call. This is definitely a retreat angle. This is legitimately one of the fights over the bridge that I keep mentioning. I expect to happen. See, now the Moji's doing the right thing. The Moji's supposed to flank. My healing wasn't ready to do that anyways.
I must leave
The
this
issue is that
place.
when the Moji does that, it's out of my range of healing because they're behind a wall.
Feel the hunger.
Gaze into the abyss. Killing spree.
Gotta get those heals. Oh no.
Retreat!
Enemy killing spree.
He's on the left. Where's the wonder?
Yeah, I was scared of something like that happening. Couldn't get that stun off in time.
Reality is an opinion. One that I disagree with.
We need to heal this Makoa. And now disappear.
I will weather this storm.
See, the Buck just do the Buck, the Willow, and a little bit of the Vivian. Those are the main problems. And I bet you the Cirrus is actually working in the shadows, essentially, from what I'm seeing. And just keeping them healthy. See, those are those rough things, I mean. The second they go behind the wall, can't do anything. Oh, that was a great shield. There's the Willow.
Have you met my friends?
This has blessed us.
Killing spree.
Ooh, gotcha. Dang. It's the Drogos doing that. Dang.
You lost.
We are merely players.
Let's go.
We should have gotten a decent amount of
Good
healing.
luck. Good game.
Give me a second to look at the stats and whatnot, and I could probably tell what happened there. My main question was is the enemy Cirrus, were they getting a lot of heals? No, not really. Okay. So, I got a rough idea what happened there then. So, the Makoa was doing amazing. The Makoa we were sticking with. Alright. The Vora, as you saw, was getting eliminated a lot. We didn't see too much of the Vora. And that was the problem. Don't get me wrong. Vora? A lot of Voras are meant for splintering off. Or just kinda going for those right situations and then ducking out like a Talus. The issue here is that wasn't working on that team. You had me on healing, sticking with the Makoa. The whole thing that we were doing there was have the whole group together. That way, when anyone gets low, we heal, and if I can't heal when we're low, Makoa can shield. Moji would be able to turn essentially invulnerable for a bit, and Sati would be able to throw up their cardboard and kind of disappear for a little bit. Whereas the Vora would easily be able to essentially fly out of danger, leaving me and Makoa to kind of take care of each other if need be. That would have been a solid plan considering the majority of that fight was taking place at the bridge. In which case we either hold back at that angle where we were healing to the right and left side, kind of like in a V, and hold that angle, or we hold the bridge and each time they push, we retract, and then we push back, and then retract and push back. Moji, however, was kind of splintering off towards the center, which isn't a bad idea. However, the first couple times that it didn't work is when that probably should have stopped, but instead, not only did they continue to go for it, but would try the reverse way of the outer staircase on the outer part of the bridge. You know, where we essentially were. The Moji, however, when they were sticking with the group, would be able to run back, as you saw, hide behind the shield and get the heals when they were unable to take damage. The Sati was doing good, but when the Sati got eliminated, I'm thinking the Buck was essentially rushing to where Sati would spawn. The Buck on that team was problematic, especially with the maneuverability. The Buck was splintering off, the Vivian was holding front, the Willow was holding Sky with Drogos, and then the Cirrus was essentially sticking center. Apparently not getting as many heals as we thought, but enough heals. But the Special was playing a decent bit as well, considering we saw them pulling the team for a good elim from the other team. I knew the Willow would be a problem. I knew the Buck would be a problem. I'm a little surprised at how much more of a problem the enemy Vivian was. Don't get me wrong, I know Vivians can do a lot of damage. I'm just surprised we weren't able to fully heal a lot of those damages compared to what we thought we'd be able to do. Overall, two great teams, don't get me wrong, everyone played amazing here. They were just playing together a little better. I say a little better, because don't get me wrong. Me, the Mokoa, the majority of the time the Moji, and the greater part of the time the Sati, along with... I didn't really see the Vor, but if the Vor was just sticking high, I probably wouldn't have seen them. We're doing good, but when we'd splinter off for those small bits of time, that's all it would take. Overall, a good game, though. On to the next one, which I think will be our last. Yeah, we only need another 17,000 heal, and not even a full 17,000 either. And considering the lowest healing we've gotten so far is a 50,000, and even on low games we typically average 20,000, I'm seeing us getting the healing. So this is most likely our last match. Take a quick look at the store. Demon Slayer is in skin along with
Team
Kanessa.
deathmatch. Choose your champion.
Dragon Arena, a
Whoever's my
pretty
favorite.
alright place to get healing.
Customize your
Ceres.
champion.
Ceres, Furia, Tiberius, Maeve. Oh, this may be a little more... So, okay, it's a Wraith Maeve, so talking's gonna be a tad bit difficult. Plus a Ruckus. Ruckus we're definitely gonna want to stick with for the healing. I say it'll probably be a little difficult because Tiberius and Maeve are definitely going to splinter off. Oh, we're up against a Khan, Leanne, Furia, Rom, and Shaolin. Khan, Rom, kind of problematic seeing them on the same team. Why do I still hear... There we go. Tiberius and Maeve will definitely be splintering off. If they're not... jumping in, jumping out of fights and doing the damage they need, that's typically how they're played from what I've seen. It's just kind of against the whole healing thing we got going on, which is what makes it problematic. Not to mention we're sticking with the Ruckus, but I'm sure the Furia will too. And I don't know how Furia heals work, but if Furia heals work in terms of healing others, that'll probably cancel out a lot of the healing that we're probably going to try to go for. Not to mention, enemy Khan and Rom, I see sticking around for a bit and probably taking out whoever we're healing. Ceres, I am going to finish this sentence.
Hello, are you lost?
Thank you. Now, as I was saying,
5, 4, 3,
I'm disliking the two of you today.
1. And so it begins.
So we're not pushing center, we're healing whoever does.
Battle is about to begin. First blood.
A good omen rises.
Sadly, we can't infinitely heal. Yeah, right, Shaolin.
See you on the other side.
Fury up, just there we go. There we go.
Wait.
Oh, they know we're healing. They're targeted. The best we could do is heal them. And it was enough. Because now we outnumber the Khan.
Has blessed us.
I'm going for the special, not because it's strategically wise, but just because I'm greedy. But I missed it. I was hoping to shield whoever it was that was in the center, but I guess that didn't work. Okay, where's that thing? Oh, on us apparently.
Slipping into twilight. I will return.
Okay, yeah, the Shaolin's a problem. Even though it's the Khan with the streak, the Shaolin's the problem.
Into the abyss.
Incinerate them!
Good
go.
omen rises. Your
Oh, this is what we
aggression
needed,
is
a speed
unwelcome.
boost. See, and that's what I mean by it's gonna be difficult getting those heals off.
Double.
Especially on the Tiberius and Maeve. That's why we're sticking with the Ruckus. Ruckus is a lot slower, even though they got the speed boost, which is exactly what we need. Someone who can have a lot of health, shield when need be, and... Okay, shield, I need you to be in front of me. That's how the whole shield thing works. Okay, Ruckus forgot. The shields don't go behind the person.
Stay blessed.
I'm sorry, why'd the heal? There we go. Okay, we gotta disappear for a second.
In this realm.
Okay, us separating there was a bad move for the whole team.
Kneel. Enemies behind us.
Oh, our aim. Oh, our aim.
It's an illusion.
We deserve that.
I must spend the credits.
You make a great
Entrancing.
point. We do indeed need to spend the credits. Oh wait, hold up. Special time.
Your sight filled.
That was actually a great special. That was honestly the best special we've used for Cirrus, I do believe, in terms of just soloing. There we go.
A good omen rises.
Yeah, this match is going very good. Get those heals, sweet. And disappear. There we go.
My light flickers.
Just one of those moments we had to switch up the attack. Otherwise that would have been an easy 2v1 for them. And then they just turn onto the Ruckus. And we win. Oh, and we got to join in for the final Elam. Oh wow, did they just I didn't realize any of the characters cursed. Wow. That actually caught me off guard. What was it? Was that the Maeve? Okay, first off, first win of the night, everyone's of course getting leadership. Alrighty, I can tell you what happened. So, the Tiberius and the Maeve, they were splintering off, not giving us the heals. And that's fine, because that's what they needed to do, in which they were doing amazing. What they had to do was go in, do the damage, get the elims, get back out. You saw that happen, and especially with the situation of the Tiberius low, we healed as they were going over and stuff like that, which was great. Ruckus was essentially supposed to be our shield. Ruckus was doing great in those regards. Not the highest shield game we saw, but just enough shields where we'd be able to heal them back up. And the Furia was sticking with us, occasionally separating, but coming back. That overall, everyone on this team was doing great damage. We were doing great heals. Enemy team, if I had anything to say about the enemy team, the Khan and the Ruckus probably should have stayed together a little bit more. And even though they were together with each other a couple times, I don't know how Furia healing works, but Furia healing works by healing those around you and stuff. Furia should have stuck with them too. If not, they probably need a better healer. a situation where you've got a Rom and Khan on the same team, it pays off to have a great healer, because then you just heal them both. The Lian was going for some good moments, but we kind of just cut them off a couple times. Hey, straight 6s for the Khan, and almost straight 7s for the Tiberius. But Shaolin was a problem at the very beginning, holding that center and essentially just dealing out the damage they needed to those who were just in sight. The Furia we saw do Pyre Strike, their Pyre Strike just didn't really hit. So I want to say aim on the Furia was a little bit of a problem. Lack of a good healer for the Rom and Khan. Bad situations to go for ults and stuff for the Lian. And as for the Shaolin, I didn't really notice a fault with the Shaolin. The Shaolin was trying to pick good fights, go for damage, and hold important areas. Overall, good game. And if I'm correct, yep, that was the final quest. So, yeah. Anyone who stopped by the stream, I thank you for stopping by. Oh, also, before I even do the exit, heads up, I do have the tripod I said I need to get. We can't live stream Switch games for the factor of I was going to do it off the phone, but apparently in order to live stream off the phone, you need certain requirements in terms of YouTube. So we can't live stream. However, I do have the tripod, I do have the Switch, I do got games, not to mention games coming out this month that pick up. So I'll probably be doing videos. Hopefully those videos will definitely be betterly aimed and stuff compared to the past ones, just hopefully they're not as blurry and stuff. I am working on sound in the room for the factor of the mic's a little sensitive in terms of picking up almost everything. So I need to work on distancing, if not just finding a different mic. But the tripod itself is working the way it needed to. So hopefully do indeed look forward to future Switch videos being uploaded. Just sadly not in terms of live streaming. Yet. I say yet, because we do aim for the future to hopefully be able to, as soon as we fill out those requirements. Now, anyone who stopped by the stream, I thank you for stopping by, and anyone watching this as a video in the future, I thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. It lets me know if you're enjoying the content. And if you're curious about whether I upload, when it is I go live, or just what's going on this channel, highly recommend subscribing. It would help me out a lot. Feel free to comment down below. It could be about anything. It could be about this game, any future games you'd like to see me play, or just even how your day's going. Besides that, yeah, have a good one. Peace.